Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Thursday, May 11th, and of course, every Thursday we talk with Al McMordie from BigAl.com about some NBA games that tip off on Thursday evening. So tonight, the Spurs and Houston Game 6 tips off, and this is an interesting one. There's been some line movement, some uncertainty regarding the status of Kawhi Leonard, but overall, Al McMordie, of course, has had a great read on the NBA playoffs, as he tends to do every year, tends to be on the right side of some of these tough to decipher, tough to figure out NBA playoff lines more often than not. All right, Al McMordie, I'm assuming that there's been some recent line movement in favor of the Spurs, right? It opened at about 7, went up to 7.5 last night. Now it's down to about 6 or 6.5, and I'm assuming that's mostly because of Kawhi Leonard being expected to play. But you know, he might still be hobbled. Although, of course, we've seen many times in the past where a star player, you know, has an injury, he plays and winds up, having one of his best games of the entire playoffs. We've seen that with Steph Curry, lots of people, but I still feel like it's a negative that there's some questions surrounding Kawhi Leonard's health. And even with Kawhi Leonard healthy, Houston has proven that they are very capable of blowing out the Spurs by 20 or more in the playoffs. I'm thinking Houston minus the points. Got to be a good bet here. Is that wrong?
You can make an argument for either side, certainly with Kawhi's health in jeopardy, and we don't know how healthy he is going to be. I believe he's going to play, but again, I watched the ball game twice the other night, and he definitely was favoring the 1 foot. He didn't want to land on it, so you really have no idea how healthy he is going to be. Is it 70%, 50%, 80%? Who knows? But that being said, I do like San Antonio plus the points. I'm going to go against you here, Peter. Over the last 28 years, one of the things I like to do is I like to take the road team up 3 games to 2. They do quite well. They're 65 and 42 ATS going back to 1991. Already this playoff season, we've seen it happen 4 times in the first round where the road team was up 3 games to 2, and all 4 times they won and covered game number 6. Of course, San Antonio, Memphis was one of those situations. We also saw it in the Washington-Atlanta series, the Milwaukee-Toronto series, and the Boston-Chicago series. So this will be the 5th time of this playoffs that this has actually occurred. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll have a 6th time when Boston takes on the Washington Wizards at Washington up 3 games to 2. And that's just been a time-worn system that works pretty well. You take the better team up 3 games to 2, and they usually do fairly well. The other thing that I like about this series is it's Greg Popovich versus Mike D'Antoni. And with apologies to Mike D'Antoni, who is sharing the Coach of the Year award this year with Eric Spoelstra, he has nothing on Greg Popovich, and Popovich has dominated him in the playoffs, including 9-2 straight up and 8-2-1 ATS on the road. So it's hard for me to make a case for the Houston Rockets and Mike D'Antoni in this situation here, notwithstanding Kawhi's injury.
Wow, notwithstanding Kawhi's injury and notwithstanding 2 clear dominant performances by Houston early on in the series, even with Leonard 100% healthy, right?
Well, that's right. But, it's a series of adjustments.
Right.
One of the things Popovich did, and as you've seen over the course of the series, is he's increasingly going toward Jonathan Simmons. Earlier this year, Simmons was in Popovich's doghouse, but he's playing a very vital role in this series. He's the Spurs' 3rd leading scorer in this series. So they lost their 2nd leading scorer, of course, Tony Parker. But, Jonathan Simmons has stepped up his game, and he provides another athletic wing that can kind of counter James Harden. So they don't necessarily have to go to Kawhi Leonard the entire game against James Harden. They can put Simmons on him, and Simmons had a few reach-around, steals, in the critical moments of the last game. So I expect you're going to see a lot of Jonathan Simmons. Jonathan Simmons also can drive to the hoop. He's not afraid to take it right, to the Houston rim. And I think he can, even if Kawhi is not playing healthy, you're going to see a lot of Jonathan Simmons tonight.
All right, awesome analysis and breakdown. This is what Al McMordie does. The line has moved down, though. It's 6 or 6.5 market-wide, so we're only going to be able to give you San Antonio plus 6.5 minus 110, and I will stick to the total in this one, which I'm a lot less crappy at than the sides. I'll take a shot with the over, even though the total has gotten bet down. I'm going to take it's 214 or 213.5, and take the over 213.5 minus 110, and I'll also throw on the first half over 104.5 minus 107. Al McMordie again on the Spurs plus 6.5, and has great reasons for that. Al McMordie's website is BigAl.com. Give a plug for your website, Al.
Sure. Well, folks can go to BigAl.com. We have 16 handicappers at the website, so not just myself. There are 16 handicappers to choose from, guys like Larry Ness and Scott Spreitzer, Doc Sports, ASA, Tom Stryker. And then folks can also get complimentary selections every day. We have not one, not two, not three, but 4 free plays every single day. 2 from myself, 1 from Larry Ness, 1 from Scott Spreitzer. Just go to bigowl.com and click on free picks. You can get 2 from myself there, and then on our homepage, you can get 2 from Larry Ness and Scott Spreitzer.
All right. Thanks so much. Al McMordie, bigowl.com.
Thanks, Peter.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.